If you're working full-time, maybe even making pretty good money, but you still feel like you're not really getting ahead. Like you get paid, the bills goes out, you make some progress, and then suddenly something happens. The car breaks down, the water heater goes, the medical bill shows up, and boom, you're back where you started. It's frustrating, right? And what's worse is when you've done everything right. You budget, you save, you try to stay out of debt, and somehow it still feels like you're spinning your wheels. You know, here's the thing that no one ever told most of us growing up. Debt itself isn't the problem. It's how we use it. Most people are stuck in the idea that all debt is bad, that the only smart move is to pay it off, cut up the credit cards and avoid borrowing forever. But the truth is, the wealthy don't avoid debt, they use it. They just understand something most people were never taught: the difference between good debt and bad debt. Once you understand the difference, you'll start seeing money in a whole new way. Most people were raised on the mindset: never borrow money, don't owe anyone anything. So they follow that advice. They work hard, pay off their car, close their credit cards, and save what they can in the bank. For a while, it feels like freedom. No payments, no stress. But then they realize something strange. They're debt-free, but the money is not doing anything. It's just sitting there. Meanwhile, they see other people with mortgages, business loans, investment properties, and instead of drowning, those people are building wealth. They're growing their income, building assets, and they're not panicking about being in debt. Why? Because they understand the rules of the game. They're not scared of debt. They just use it differently. So let's talk about that. That is just borrowed money. It's natural. It's not good or bad by itself. It's a tool. Kind of like fire. Fire can cook your dinner, or it can burn your house down. It all depends on how you handle it. And here's the mistake that most people make. They only ever experience the bad side of debt. Credit cards, personal loans, car payments. They borrow for stuff that loses value or that doesn't bring in any money back in return. They think about it. You buy clothes, furniture, vacations, maybe a new phone. It feels great at first, but that excitement fades and the payment don't. The interest builds, and before long, you're paying other people double or triple what the item was worth. That's bad debt. Debt that takes money out of your pocket every month and gives you nothing back. Now, let's look at the other side of the coin. Good debt is the kind that pays you back. It's the kind of debt that builds value, produces income, or opens doors that increases your earning potential. For example, let's say you buy a rental property. You take out a mortgage, but the rent covers the mortgage payment and maybe even brings in a few $100s extra every month. Over time, the property's value goes up, your equity grows, and that same debt is now helping you to build wealth. Or maybe you borrow to invest in a small business, new equipment, marketing, or software that lets you make more sales or increase efficiency. If that investment brings in more money than the loan cost you, that's good debt. Even education or training can be good. If it actually increases your earning potential, borrowing $20,000 to learn a skill that adds $30,000 a year or more in income, that's leverage. Borrowing $80,000 for a degree that doesn't increase your income at all, that's a liability. So it's not about whether you borrow, it's what it's for. Here's a simple rule of thumb. If it puts money into your pocket, it's normally good debt. If it takes money out of your pocket, it is pretty sure bad debt. Now let me show you something powerful. When you deposit money into your bank, you might feel safe, like my money is sitting there nice and secure. But the bank isn't just keeping it for you. If you put $1,000 in your account, the bank turns around and lends out most of it, maybe $900, to somebody else for a mortgage, a credit card, or a business loan. They pay you maybe 0.5% if you're lucky, interest for keeping your money there. But they charge the other person 7 or 8% interest to borrow it. That's how they make their money, from debt. Banks don't just get rich by savings. They get rich by using other people's money and lending it out strategically. Now think about that for a second. The same tool that keeps most people broke, debt, is the very thing that makes banks investors wealthy. And the difference is simple. They know how to make it work for them. You can do the same thing on your own scale. If you can borrow at a lower rate and use that money to earn a higher return, that's leverage. That's what smart investors do every day. The key is managing risk. You don't go into debt for short-term wants. You use it to create long-term growth. And you let debt become a bridge to something bigger, not a hole you fall into. Let me give you a real example that drives this home. A woman named Sarah once came to me a few years ago, and she was exhausted. She had around $40,000 in credit card and car debt. Every month, nearly $900 went towards payments, and she felt trapped. Her words, "I just want to be debt-free. I'm tired of feeling behind." We looked at the numbers, and I thought, you don't need to get rid of the debt. You just need to redirect it. So she consolidated her high-interest credit card into one lower-rate loan, freeing up about $400 a month. And instead of using that to buy more stuff, she used it as a down payment on a small duplex with her brother. The rent from that property covered the mortgage and gave her $600 a month in passive cash flow. 3 years later, that same duplex gained more than $20,000-$30,000 in equity. The same total amount of debt, the same job, the same income, but now the debt was working for her, not against her. That mindset shifts right there. The goal isn't to get out of debt, it's to get out of the bad debt. Once you understand how to use debt wisely, it stops being scary. It becomes a tool. Debt, when used right, creates options. It lets you control assets bigger than what your cash alone can buy. It gives you leverage. And that's how wealth is built. The wealthy understand that. They're not thinking, I don't want any debt. They're thinking, I only want debt that makes me richer. They borrow at 4% to make 10%. They use loans to buy assets that appreciate. They make money from debt, the same way banks do. So here's the big takeaway. Debt isn't your enemy. Bad decisions are. If you borrow to buy things that lose value, you'll stay stuck. But if you borrow to buy things that creates value, you'll move faster than you ever could have just by savings. Instead of asking, how do I get out of debt? Start asking, how can I use debt wisely to build wealth? Because when you use good debt correctly, you're not in debt, you're in business. If you want to learn more about how to do this safely, how to invest smartly, borrow strategically, and actually make your money work for you, why don't you visit us at www.ritzelhomes.com. You'll find simple, practical guides that show you how to build long-term wealth through real estate. responsible borrowing, and smart investing. No fluff, no jargon, just real strategies that work. Because once you understand the difference between good debt and bad debt, everything changes. You stop working for money, and your money starts working for you. I leave you with this. Stay focused and go and live your dream.